I am all for marry before carry, and here's why. I cringe at the negative stigma presented over women who choose to marry before they carry. There is always some negative person projecting their failures onto the next, and I'm not understanding. I have people tell me, some family, some friends, that I need to be in a relationship or that I need to be having sex, all because my head is on straight. And I would rather continue to do the necessary self work, one, to avoid repeating the same failures as them, because some of them are in relationships and they are miserable. They are not married. They share children though, but they are miserable. Miserable. Two, I don't want to continue passing down generational trauma. Marriage is only considered a setup or a piece of paper controlled by the government to people who have failed at it multiple times, have never been married due to their poor choices in choosing the right person, are not marriage material. They idolize the wrong representation of traditional marriage, or they have already given spouse benefits to someone unworthy, such as their bodies, children, privileges only afforded to a wife or a husband. Marriage is for mature adults, not the weak. People who know what they want, for people who know what they need and want out of life. They are not interested in playing games, and nor are they interested in nonsense. Stop trying to make your consistency with failure narrative other people's problem. For those that think marriage is just a piece of paper, it's not. It's protection. It's security. Not just for the spouses, but for the child. For the overall well-being of the child. Not being married, if something was to happen to the father of your child or the mother of your child, there is nothing that you would be able to do because you just have a kid with them. The kid may be entitled to something, the child, but not you. Not you. You don't have their last name. Your child does. So you are not owed anything, but the child is. This is why a lot of people don't need to be out here having children, sleeping with people that they don't see themselves marrying. A lot of y'all get into these relationships and these marriages for the wrong reasons. And this is why they fail. Because y'all are not in marriages for what they stand for. Y'all are in them for image and financial security. It has nothing to do with your child or actually being in love with that person. A lot of y'all just want the title and to live this facade of this perfect life. And behind closed doors, it's so far from that. Because you don't even know the person that you're married to. Because you didn't take the time to get to know them when y'all were just dating. And I'm not trying to shame baby mothers or baby fathers, because sometimes unfortunate situations happen. So I sincerely apologize for that. Because, sometimes life just takes its toll. But that's not the case for most men and most women. That's not the case at all. Because contrary to what people may believe, a lot of men and women know exactly what they be doing, who they be doing it with, and they are just toxic. They're just toxic. and know exactly what they're doing before the victimization starts and before they start pointing fingers. Just because your marriage ended in divorce does not mean that will be my outcome. That doesn't mean that will be my outcome. Marriage requires a lot of discipline, maturity, determination, and hard work. It is not for the weak. So to project your failures onto me because you failed, because you didn't do your homework, you didn't study enough, it's selfish. And it's wrong. Some be out here choosing people based on physical and ignorant preferences, but then wonder why there's no longevity in the future for either of you. They gotta have money. They gotta look this way. When the real questions that y'all need to be asking or starting with, are there any possible childhood traumas that I need to know about? Generational traumas, mental illnesses, disabilities. That's the questions that y'all should be asking, etc., etc. Not worrying about what they look like, oh, because their eyes are light or they got long hair. That should be the furthest thing from your mind when you're wanting to commit and spend the rest of your life with a person and then y'all are talking about procreating. I just feel like some of the women who have their babies out of wedlock, men too, through unfortunate situations, I feel like seeing as to how things turned out for y'all, I feel like y'all should be offering helpful advice, useful advice. There's a certain level of knowledge that you have acquired from your mistakes in order for you to have done better. So instead of bashing or trying to make a girl who would prefer to be a wife before she is a mom, who wants that genuine commitment before she gives a child to a man, instead of bashing her, why not give her useful advice? Why not be supportive of that instead of wanting her to avoid having or ending up in the same unfortunate situation like y'all? Granted, I may not be in control of the outcome, because divorce is a thing. It is. And I'm not saying that I'm opposed to single motherhood. I'm not saying that I'm opposed to being divorced. I don't have control over my outcome. I may not be able to control my outcome. However, I can control and determine my approach towards the situation. You attract certain people based off of where you are in life. So if you're trying to live life right and you're trying to be more positive, be more outgoing, be more open-minded, then those same type of people will gravitate towards you. Those are the people that you need to be surrounding yourself with. If you just constantly want to be negative, angry, miserable, just don't want any type of sunlight, no type of joy, no type of happiness, then that is the energy you are going to get back, because that is the energy you are putting out. That is what you are going to be surrounded by and motivated by. I not only need, I require a solid foundation. We both need stability, mentally, emotionally, physically, and financially. Again, granted, things can happen. Life is full of changes. Everybody is evolving. Everybody is growing. Life throws us different experiences. Both men and women cheat. It's not just men. Both genders cheat. But at the end of the day, nothing in life is going to be easy. You have to work for everything that you want and need. Marriage has the ability to work and last when it's done right. But again, that starts with the two individuals. Y'all need to make sure that y'all are good individually before y'all come together. If y'all two are equally yoked and in alignment with what it is that you require for a marriage, then allow yourself to put your best foot forward. Every woman should be for marry before carry. At least the mature women. At least the mature women. Because again, marriage is not for the weak. But I refuse to spread my legs and open my legs to a person that can't commit to me. I refuse to do that. Why am I giving a child to a person that doesn't even deem me worthy enough to be a wife? A kid is not a toy. Kids are not simple. Kids are literally the makeup of their parents. Like, help me find the logic in that. I'm worthy enough to be the mother of your child or children, but not worthy enough to be your wife. Or you not be worthy enough to be my husband, but we're playing house. One of us wants to be married, and the other one probably wants to be married too, just not to me. And if that's the case, then why am I carrying your seed? Why give me the choice to only be accessible to have your child, but not your last name? Y'all need to start being more mindful, aware, disciplined, mentally, and emotionally stable. Because the choices some of y'all be making is just mind-blowing. It's just mind-blowing. Children are literally your legacy. Literally the continuation of a generation. Your family's generation. Literally. Literally. But yet, y'all are just out here impregnating and birthing children, basically being complete strangers. Because clearly during the talking stages, y'all were not paying attention to what the other one wanted.